Hey guys, Susanna here. Well, we are in December and we're at the last month of the vintage sewing techniques. So, as you guessed it, by looking at the book, we are going to be doing stump work. Now, I'm going to be doing this for the first time along with you, like as in doing the wire. I've done forms of stump work because you know that's basically 3D stitching. So I've got two books by the author Jane Nichols. I've had this one for a while, and then I saw this one on Reclaim Textiles and I grabbed that one too, because we are going to be doing a ladybug, so it had you know, raised insects and whatnot. So we'll have a quick sticky through these. Now it's got, I've dog-eared the pages. That just wanted to show you the projects. It's got all the bits and pieces that you need at the front, you know, like introduction and how to use the book and wildflowers and patterns, which is really great. But I'll just show you some of the work. I just think it's so beautiful. So we're going to be doing a ladybug. Well, I am. Some of you may have some of the fabric that I've got, but if you can get just something with a butterfly or a ladybug or even a bird, something with wings, and maybe even a dragonfly. I think there's a dragonfly in here. So, and we might be doing some leaves. Look, even here, here's a dragonfly. Just get yourself some beads and then wire to do, you know, that. I might even do a dragonfly as well. This is almost a form of stump work because I've made it 3D. I could make it more 3D if I had to put maybe felt underneath it and stitched it. So I'll just put that there. But they've done that here. Hopefully you guys can see it with the wires. Just beautiful. The lady who has done this is does some beautiful work. Look at that. Look how 3D that is. This is where I got my inspiration for the beehive for my down the garden path. Now these are all sort of like pansies. You know, look at this tiny little snail. So cute. Just beautiful. I'd like to try some sort of berry, so I think they're quite nice. So we'll just, you know, I would probably recommend getting a book by Jane Nichols. I think she's really very detailed in her instructions. Now these are really lovely, sort of like accessories. So here's another dragonfly if you don't want to do the 3D is more in the body, and that's those little beads, and then just embroidered. I really like these. I'll probably end up doing some of those berries. I think I've dog-eared it somewhere where you just get a bit of felt underneath, and then they've got, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe about 12 actual beads over the top. So I might do some berries. That's pretty much the same one that I did on my down the garden path. It's just beautiful. And the bigger beads too, you can get these, get some, you know, the hollow beads, and you actually, I think I made pumpkins out of those on my down the garden path and the veggie path. Yes, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think I dog-eared it because I thought, oh, I wouldn't mind doing that. It's got the ladybug with some boysenberries. So that's that one. And then I'd say this one has more, I don't know, better projects, whereas this, oh, dog-eared, still really good, very detailed. This is the ladybird, so I've got the instructions on the ladybird there. And here are the projects. Once again, those berries, those beads are similar beads that I used to do my pumpkins. So hopefully you're getting this in camera. Just some beautiful pansies. Where are we? There we go. Some more. Yeah. Gives you instructions, and then it's just gorgeous, so pretty. You see, if you wanted to do a butterfly, you know, do the same technique I'm going to use for the wings. Maybe do the wings in that. It's just, and I like in some of them they don't have you know, whereabouts is it? It's not all like that's flat underneath, and then they got one leaf raised, which is probably something that I'm going to be doing. So okay, so for stump work you will need I'm gonna grab that, got all the inspiration on there. I'm gonna need my page, so here's the page size. I'll grab that last one, yay. And then so that gives me the size. And then I've got, you get a hoop because it's easier to do stuff in the hoop. And then I've got, this is what I'm going to be doing now. Move stuff everywhere first. Where is my wire? Here it is. I just got this wire from, like, you know, a cheapy shop. 6mm. So it just looks nice and thin. I'm not sure what they say. Yeah, Value Craft, just from those, you know, those cheapy crafty shops, those $2 shops that you can get. Yes, it looks nice and fine and bendable, which is good, which is what we want. Now I might just pull out, I think that's that one. No, is it this one? This is the one I want. There we go. Push. There we go. But I don't really want to unwrap it too far. So, starters, I want this background because I want it to blend in. This is part of the bag, I think, that I've got. Okay. Okay. Just trying to measure. Don't want it any bigger than that. And there we go. There we go, roundabout. And the reason why I've picked this is because it's pink in the background, and it'll blend in, the background will blend in. Wire. Okay. Yeah. Yep. There we go. Okay. Put this away. I'll get rid of that. Don't need it, and then use this for something else. Okay. So what I have picked, so that's the right size, probably don't need the backing underneath. Is, now what I've done is I've traced, and this is why I've gotten the backing. I've traced you know, a little bit bigger than the actual thing, so I want to cut these out. This is just baking paper. So there and here. Now I need to also get some felt, which will help raise things up a little. There we go. Okay, now this is for the leaf and for any other things we might want to trace. So that will be for that. And so I'm going to use that as a tracing, and I just want it to be just that little bit bigger because, you know, I'm going to put it over the top, still have the design underneath. So what we need to do is I've just got a bit of calico in the frame. I might just go cut because it's going to get in my way and annoy me. There we go. Get rid of that. So pull that up again. Now this is left over from some other calico. Now make sure you have it tight. So just calico. This is the one I use for my Christmas angels, because it's just going to be a background. We're just going to be stitching. So okay. Go around. Now this is a friction pen, and I hope I'm in camera. I will remedy that in a minute. Okay, and then doesn't have to be next to it. I can just do it over a little bit as long as it's there. We've got the basic shape. Yep. Now, so then what else have we got? My wires are fixed there. I've got this leaf, which I want to do that. Now I'm not sure how much leaf I want to do and how much of other stuff I want to do. So I've got this leaf, and rather than doing all the squiggly bits, I'm just sort of gone around it. Still a little bit squiggly, but not as much. Just going to cut that out. I might always go a little bit bigger rather than smaller. Okay, and then this is that. So at the moment I'll just cut that out for now. I don't know if I'll cut that out, if you know what I mean. So I'll definitely trace the leaf. Okay, so that's that. Our work cut out for us, so that's what I thought. I'll do what I need to do, and if I have to do these other stuff, I will. Okay, now we've got to decide how much of this I want to do. So I definitely want to see how I go here. I'll do that. do this? I don't know yet. I'd like to save the bunny. That might be nice. Can use that for another project. But that means I don't save that. But that's okay because we have got them here. So I thought I'll save the bunny and then we'll use some of these flowers down here. Okay. That bunny might be nice to go in another project. I've used one of those before. Okay, so here's this. Now, I'm going to have that go in there like that. Whether I have it like this up there. Now I've got to do the word Stumpwork as well. I do like that. And I don't mind that either. I'm just wondering if I can attach it to there somehow. I reckon we can do that. So what I might do is do some Veliza fix on this because I want to attach that to that and put some on there, and I think that'll be really good, and then we can do stump work here and you know, we can work on the flowers too, and I think these would be really nice to do 3D. So that's what I'm going to do. And see this, and these I can use for something else. So I've got these left over. I'm currently working on you know, something else, and I had all these little leftover bits, and it was such a pretty colour. You know, maybe I could even do something like that. And I've got this left over because it just goes so beautifully with the red. So we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'll pause it, and I'm going to put some Veliza fix on here and then cut it out so that we know what we're doing now. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, be back. Okay, I'm back. I've done the Veliza fix, put it all on there, and I had that on there, but I thought I'd cut it off because that's where I want to place that. And I don't mind that if it's covering. I do mind actually, because I want to have one of them. So hang on a minute. So we're going to do it, make it work. Okay, want to make it so it does work. Okay, sorry while I adjust this. Okay, now hopefully that will sit there and I can get some of these flowers. There we go. Have it No, have it like that. It's probably gonna cover some of these, but that's okay. Actually, I know what I can do. No, because that's the one that's going to be the 3D, isn't it? There we go. Okay. There we go. Still got this one. Geez, I'm a fuss pot, but I've got to make it work. There we go. There we go. And so that is going to cover that flower. That'll cover that one a little bit. Okay. There we go. So I've got the layout of what I want. I mean, you don't, this is my cheater's way. So I'm just getting some fabric that's got something that I like. In genuine Stumpwork, you actually draw your own pieces and you stitch everything. Whereas I want that, just that base work already there. So that's what we've got. And so we're going to do a 3D leaf here. And I may trace, I'm going to probably do some 3D work here. I may end up having that on there, going, yeah, that way or the other way. They're just leftover bits. I'll show you how to do them, and I just didn't want to waste it. So I'm probably going to get either a button or something and make it 3D there, and I might put it on there. Then I'm going to do some beading, and I want to make, I might do this leaf too. See how we go with the leaves first and how hard it is to do it. Now, I'll put this aside and we'll grab this. Okay. And what it says to do, okay, my lady, the ladybird. Okay, this is why these books are good. Now, this is the wings, which is what I want. Mount the cotton fabric into a hoop, which is what I've got, with one strand of red thread couched, then overcast. Okay, actually I've got to choose. I've got to choose which thread I am going to be using, and I'm thinking this is pretty good. This is an anchor. I might even couch it down with an anchor. I'm just wondering whether I use that thread, that colour thread, which I think might be inside. Oh gee, this place is a mess. I did clean up some, but left up some of the best inside. Oh. Hang 10. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back again. So I've got this cotton, because I've got this cotton. So I'm probably going to use a bit of a combination of both. I might do a bit of, you know, variation stitching. So it says, you know, mount the cotton in the hoop with one strand of red thread couch, then overcast the wire to the fabric around the outline, leaving the ends of the wire free on top. So for the two, okay. So we'll do, maybe we just need some wire. What we need to do, we need wire that we're going to be going underneath. So what we'll do is we'll start here, and with one thread I'm going to couch it. Okay, so hold that down. I'm not cutting it just yet. Oh, well, there we go. That's up. There we go. Have that going that way. Now, this doesn't look easy, and it probably isn't. So at the moment I'm just holding it down, which is a couching thread. Okay. Oop. Okay, go into the corner because I think we want to hold it in the corner. Now this is why you really do need quite fine wire, because you want it to be able to bend. Okay, I'm going to do a double couching stitch there because I want it to bend. Okay, just fold it over. I'm going to go around the corner. Now at this point all this is doing is holding it down. So, yep. Yeah, if you have it too thick, it'll be a right pain. Now, the reason why you need wire sticking out, because it's got to go underneath, and you put it behind the work. I can hear my iron clicking away. Now, this is just holding it down, as in it holding it in place. The overcast stitch is what's going to really hold it. This is just holding it still until you do a proper overcast stitch. Okay, I'm just gonna now just bend it around. I might, okay, I might just cut it around about here, so I haven't got this wire driving me crazy. Tiny little wire, and you think you could cut it, but it's proving to be difficult. Okay. Okay. Now, move that out the way. This is one thing that's required for this, patience required. Not anything worth doing is required a little bit of patience. unbelievable. See, patience required. Oh my goodness. If you had a thread too long, it doesn't help. And so I'll do this same technique with the smaller piece and with the leaf as well. Okay, I'll just show you with one. Okay. This is good wire. Quite happy about this. It seems to be complying not too bad. Yeah, this is the first time I've done this, so you know, you'll be learning along with me. I've always seen it, and so if I can do this and give it a go, we can all try and give it a go. But the secret is, don't get a really thick wire. Going to embroidery shops or even Spotlight or wherever, but I mean, I managed to get this wire from just a cheapy shop, and it's pretty good, so you don't have to pay a fortune. If you raid your husband's workshop, you may not get a thin enough wire unless he's into electronics. You might get a thin wire then. Now, what I might do, in order to hold these down, I'll go over the top. There we go. Because what they've got to do is they've got to go underneath. Which I might do that. I wonder if you do that now. I don't know. No, I think you still have them up once it's sewn down. See how that sort of, yeah, probably so that you can manipulate it if you need to. Okay, now I'll do the same with the small one, but for now I'll show you. That's just holding it down. That's just a Gutermann cotton thread, so I'll use that same one for the other one. Okay, now put that aside. I might use this one. Now over here it's got couch, then overcast the wire onto the fabric using the outline, leaving the ends of the wire free at the top of the wings. Okay, so, and then with one strand of pad stitch, then satin stitch the wings. So I'll show you. Here we go. I've done this. This is overcast stitch, which is basically, the stitch is made up of tiny upright satin stitches worked very close together. I actually thought it might have been a buttonhole stitch, but it's not. It's just a really close together satin stitch, which is I'm going to use a smaller needle because I don't want it to be closer together. And then pad stitch is used as a foundation under satin stitch when a smooth, slightly raised surface is required. Can be either straight stitch or chain stitches worked in an opposite direction to the satin stitches. Felt can be replaced pad stitch. Okay, so if you want it to sort of be a bit more raised, I would use that template that you had again. Get a bit of felt, cut it a little bit smaller, and then you would stitch on top of that, which is what I might do actually, because we really want it to be nice and padded and full. Okay, now we don't want too much of this, so I'll just do, see, all our spars read instructions. So we'll start from the front, and then we're going to do make sure I move this out of the way for now. Just an overcast stitch, which is an extremely close satin stitch, and it might prove to be a bit annoying at the start because these are going to be in the way, but once you've gotten a few stitches in, it should be right. There we go. So just really close stitches together. Oop. And you've got to be careful. Just look at that. That has gone through there, and I don't want it to go through there. There we go. See? Oop. Ugh. Come on, out of the way. Wonder if I can use a pin just to get them out of the way. Maybe. Aha. There we go. I think probably the best way to do this, one stitch at a time. So yes, I'd say this isn't hard, it's just time consuming. So go as close as you can go, and this is going to give us a stitch that eventually we'll cut around, which is why I thought it might have been blanket stitch, because when we did what was it, the cut work, it was basically a blanket stitch, but this makes sense. What happens when you have a thread that is too long? You want them to be even. They look like they're a bit bigger on the top. That's okay. Okay. Try and get them even as you can. So there we go. So that's your homework for today. Couch the shapes, and then do the overcast stitch all the way around, and then in the next one we will come in with doing a padding stitch, or I am going to see if I can find some, I think that might work, some felt, and have that underneath. See if I can find, yeah, that's pretty, this one looks a little flatter, might use that one. So yeah, so I'll do, where are we, I'll do it in a similar colour, and unlike last time, when we drew around it, I cut it bigger. I think I'm probably going to cut the inside of that. We'll see. I thought I'd do this process before next week, because it is a whole week before you see the second half, so try and get it to fit a bit. See, a little bit big. Go around again. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't fit exactly, because we're going to be stitching over the top of that. See, that gives it a bit of extra height, so I think that will work for that. So I'll just use this small piece, put this back. Oh, here's some black, which I will need for the head. A little bit of black felt. Okay, so do that again with that smaller side. Trace that out. I'll do that here now. Doesn't really matter if it's not perfect, because we're going to be cutting it. There. And that's the felt. So this saves you on doing a stitch, which is a pad stitch. So then we are just going to do a satin stitch over the top of that. So there you go. So that's what we're going to do, and I'll do the same. I mean, the reason why I'm keeping it in that colour is because I'm going to 1, 2, 1. So pad stitches would work, and felt can be used to replace a stitch for more raised effect. And then you do, I think it's a satin stitch over the top of it. Okay, that's cool. No worries. Okay guys, well, 42 minutes already. I will see you in the next episode. Hopefully you're able to see it, because it's pretty small work, and get the idea of what you need to do. So I'll continue on behind the scenes doing that overcast stitch. Yeah, so couch it on with a thin cotton, and then the overcast stitch with a wonder fill, or maybe you know, 2 strands of stranded cotton. Okay guys, thank you very much, and welcome to the last vintage sewing techniques. Yeah, it should be, this is an exciting one, so we've got a few different bits and pieces that we're going to be learning. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.